This video is not going to be for you if you're A, not an agency owner, so you don't have a digital marketing agency or some sort of marketing agency. B, when you don't know right now what to do to book more calls. C, when you don't know how to convert these calls into clients and you're not already taking action and trying to improve that. And D, if you're not actually able to deliver for your clients. If you're A, not a marketing agency owner, then just go to a different channel. If you've got B, C, or D, then just check out my other videos on this channel. They will help you a lot more. But if you're in a situation right now where you already know what you need to do to book more calls, then how to convert these calls into clients, so basically the stuff that makes you money, and you also know what to do when the people are actually your clients. If you've got all of these things right now, then there's still some things that you can do right now that are going to drastically improve your results. I'm going to get straight into that. So basically these things are not some super fancy letters, but it's just a combination of letters that is very easy to remember, and they're going to make sure that your agency is not going to crumble. Basically, you're not going to have like burnout or like suddenly your productivity is like shit and you can't manage your team properly and you're wasting so much time. Like it's just going to basically make sure that with all of these things in place, you're like super quick and you're not losing energy and all that stuff. Like it's a lot more fancy than that, but I just don't want to make this video super long. So yeah, just stick to this. And these three letters stand for sleep, meditation, and dopamine. And you're not going to probably think, Frederick, what the fuck? Like sleep, meditation, dopamine, like I've got more important stuff for my business. But the thing is, like, no, like if you don't have these into right now, and like with the term like really, 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 really good, you can have a lot more leverage to your time that you're spending, and you could just be way more effective. And obviously sleep is basically just giving you energy. Dopamine is going to make sure you actually want to do the work that sucks. So like it could literally easily make you want to do stuff like cold calling, for example. And meditation is going to make sure that you are doing the stuff, yeah, but you're also like way quicker and you're like not forgetting stuff and you're like super hard to distract and you're just super focused. You have like a flow state as well. It's really important that you have all three of these, because otherwise you're just leaving money on the table, quite literally. So what do you do to actually have these? For sleep, I already started here. So the best thing to do for sleep, to measure it, to know like is my sleep in KPI, basically, is have an Oura Ring or some sort of other like tracking device. If you've got an Oura Ring like I have, then tracking your readiness is going to be the most important part. And basically your sleep is in KPI when your readiness score, or like your health overall is in KPI when your readiness score is 85 or higher. For me personally, I would like to have it at 90 or higher each and every day, but obviously sometimes you're just a bit worse. So like 88 on average, or like higher than 88 on average, is really good. So how do you do sleep? How do you make sure you get as much energy as you could have? Don't burn out. Just stick to that stuff. Don't get sick. Like just imagine how much more stuff you could have done if you just would never get sick at all. Or like maybe you don't get sick that often, but like just if you just had really good sleep every single night, you're way more performant. And everything's just going to be way easier. Like your sales conversion rate is probably going to double or something. Like everything is going to be better. So what do you do? Before you go to sleep, your room should be at this temperature, which is like 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit for you American guys. Your room should be silent. You should have a dark room, technically as dark as possible, but sometimes you've got like LED lights or whatever that are causing some trouble, basically. So just make it dark and calm. And these things are really important. So physical rest. 2.5 hours before you go to sleep, you should be just not doing anything that could be stressful in any way, shape, or form. For me personally, it's just reading, like talking to other people, eating a lot of stuff and all of that. Like to me personally, I've realized when I do this too close to sleep, then I just get like difficulties falling asleep. And when you've got one bad night, basically the entire next day is fucked to like 30%, and you just wasted like 30% of the next day just because of that. So yeah, 2.5 hours. So basically just do really calm stuff. Like it could be like taking a walk in the dark, reading something, just some calm stuff. And this is not because we're too lazy to work and we're not like disciplined or something. This is just to give our body a chance to recover, especially to sleep better, so that the next day we can be as disciplined as possible. Like it's more disciplined to have this rest. Just in case anyone's thinking, no, like this is not what I need. I just work 14-hour days. Like if working 14 hours a day is not a flex. Like it's basically just sad, because you're just wasting so much time that you could have otherwise like used for more effective stuff. You know, there are obviously like 2% of the cases where it's like not that, but most of the time you're just wasting time. Right. Next thing, food. Also 2.5 hours before you go to bed. So let's say, for example, you go to bed at like 9:45 p.m. or like 10 p.m. Then at like 7 p.m. you would start this rest period. What you would also do is you would like the last time you eat something would also be at 7 p.m. and the last time you drink something would also be at 7 p.m. The reason you do that is because it makes it way easier for your body to calm down, and you basically have like more effective sleep and more recovery in the sleep when your body is not busy digesting and when you don't need to get up in the middle of the night to like go to the restroom. You know, like it's just going to make it way more effective, and your sleep's going to be way better. And it's basically like you fall asleep and you wake up. No stuff in between. Like you just fall asleep, have really clean sleep. You wake up and it's like, whoa! Like now it's day. Now I'm ready to attack. You know, that's like the thing that you need. And blue light is basically like, obviously it depends on your country and all of that. Like you could just look it up with like AI or something. But basically just a filter on your phone where your display gets like orange in the evening, so that you're not like awake or like that like your phone is just not keeping you awake. Basically, there's a lot more to this, but this is basically what you need. If you have these things in KPI, then your sleep is going to be really good, and that's really important. And you should never ever like stop this unless you must. But you should never like get away from this, because this is like, just try it for 2 weeks and see how much better you're going to be. Okay, before you give any sort of judgment or say like, no, this is beyond me. I don't need good sleep. Like, you know, whatever you might think. Okay. Next thing for meditation. Now, why meditation? Like, why do I need meditation? Why is this so important? The reason meditation, or the power of meditation, is imagine like you could probably recall a moment where you've been like wondering like, whoa, like where's all the time gone? Like the last time I checked my watch, it was like 2 hours early or something. Or like you got distracted by something, and after 5 minutes you're like, what the fuck am I actually doing here? Right? So basically your mind has got like a frequency of like checking things. Or for example as well, like you lost a certain item and you have no idea where that has been, you know, because the last time you checked it was like so much time has gone past since that point. And basically what you need to imagine is like your mind is like subconsciously like checking. It's got like intervals of like checking things. So basically, how can I describe this? Like, if something is distracting you, when you're like really good at meditation, you're like, oh no, this is a distraction, let's get back to work. And you're like, your vision is like super narrow, and you see like everything that's like holding you back basically. And what meditation is going to do is, if this is like time, and this is like how often you become aware that you are where you are, you're doing the right thing, you're basically in a moment of focus. Like if you're not meditating, it might be like this. But if you meditate more, the frequency is just going to get higher. So basically, your mind is like more there. Like it's not absent; it's actually present. And you've got way more moments where you're like, oh yeah, like this is going on right now. This is what I want to do next. I can't really describe it, but it just makes you way quicker. Like you're just way more focused, and like every single distraction, every single, like literally in this video, every single word that I'm speaking, it's going to be quicker and more condensed and more efficient if I am better at this focus thing. And it might sound super like a lot like woo-woo stuff, but again, I'm going to give you a few steps. Try them for like a month, see what changes, you know? And the reason why meditation is important for this is because you're not like meditating. The thing that you're actually doing is you're trying to do something and then catch your mind wander off. Like you want to think about something, maybe your breath, maybe you hear something, maybe you're sitting outside, you're hearing sounds, and you want to just listen to these sounds and not really think anything. And meditation practice is just, your mind is going to naturally like wander off, think about whatever other stuff, going to distract you. You're going to suddenly be thinking about problems. You're going to be all worried. You're going to be stressed or something. And the skill of meditation is just to, whenever you realize you just wandered off into something that you didn't want to do, that you didn't intend to do, to just bring you back to the main thing. And this is super, super important, because like on a macro level in business, wandering off to another thing is like, yeah, I'm going to start a new email campaign. I want to test this other thing. My campaign is already working, but I want to test this other thing. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, then let's do this and that. Oh, like I could have just stick to the main thing. that's like on the macro level, but you're going to have this on all sorts of levels. It's just going to give you way more of like a frequency, like your intervals, like where you check, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Are just going to be way higher, and you're going to forget less things. You're just going to make less stupid stuff when you're meditating. And how do you do this? Again, there's no real like scores. It's just subjective how good you are with this, but you should never stop it. Just what you should be doing, do like 20 minutes a day. If you think you have not that much time, do 10 minutes a day, see how you become more efficient with your work. And suddenly you've got another 10 minutes in the day that you didn't have previously because you just were more focused. Suddenly you have 20 minutes. So what do you do in those 20 minutes each day? What you want to do in that time is, like I was saying, if I want to make this super practical, you can just close your eyes and then you're like focus on the breath, and then you just try to keep the focus on that thing that you want to do. Like meditation is just going to teach you how to keep sticking to the thing that you intended to do and not being like kicked off by someone else, some whatever distraction, some thought, and just sticking to the thing that you actually wanted to do. And like it happens on way more levels that you're aware of right now than what you're aware of right now. Like it's just going to make you way more aware. Basically, like if you had like taking some performance drugs, like meditation is extremely overpowered. So it's basically like focus on something, ideally like your breath because it's always there. Get distracted, which is immediately going to happen at any given point in time. Like it's just going to happen, and then get back to the focus. So like focus again. It's really the main thing. Like this, you want to get as many reps of get distracted, focus again, get distracted, focus again, as much as possible, because that's going to train your brain to like always be like aware, like, am I doing the right thing? Yes. It's just going to make you quicker. And what you can also do to make it a bit more fun is just count each time. So like, okay, now I got distracted to, okay, 1, back to the main thing. Now I got distracted 2, back to the main thing. Super important. And then the last thing, dopamine, also super important. But like dopamine is just going to make everything way more fun for you. Like it's going to literally make you work less painful. And like everything is going to be easier. You like imagine how much more productive you would be if you actually like wanted to do the work like always, and it was like super easy for you to like follow through with anything. Again, you can't really track this too much. Like these things are very intangible, and that's always why people say it's like woo-woo stuff. Like that's not going to help me make more money, but it's just like you can't really track it that much. It's not that tangible. You cannot see how that's going to give you more money unless you're smart enough and think like long term. Okay, what's that going to lead to? But dopamine is also super important, and the thing with dopamine is like it's like a chemical, and it's like making you motivated to pursue something. And the way that you make work the like super enjoyable is to basically just every time you're not working, do like really boring stuff. Like when you're eating, just eat. Maybe even like not talk to another person whilst doing this. Just eat. Then have like a walk. Do like nothing on that walk. Maybe speak to people. Like make your life outside of business as boring as possible. And you might be thinking like, yeah, but like I want to have an interesting life. Okay, then build your business, make more money, get to a point where you can actually like have a super enjoyable life, or like have better vacations, all of that. But it's just going to like, if your life is all complex, then you're not going to have the energy and the drive left for business. So you need to decide for one thing. And honestly, the people with a lower dopamine baseline, basically the people that do more boring stuff, are actually happier, just because they're more living like a human actually would, and they don't have all like this artificial stuff that makes stuff more fun, but without it actually being productive. So just make rest boring. Like literally, like reading is like the most interesting stuff you should be doing. Then whenever you have like a moment in between, like you're waiting for someone on a call, or you're whatever, let's say you're still like doing like groceries shopping for yourself, like when you're standing in the line, like just be present. Like don't go to your phone, don't do like this other thing, don't be like no, I need to do this and now and this, that, and all of that. Just do nothing. Like it's going to make it a lot calmer, and you're also just going to have some time to like get a bit more bored, and then find the next thing that you're doing way more fun. Really important. So just like in between, chill. Just allow you to make it super simple. And then, besides these two things, and this is a bit harder to get right, but it's basically do one thing at a time. Like you probably already heard of this in the past, but what I really mean by this is like when you always do one thing at a time, then your brain knows what you're supposed to do right now. Because the reason why people are not like that focused or like they're not in a flow state is because their mind doesn't really know, like, should I just do this thing? Should I do that other thing? Like your mind needs to subconsciously know we are just in for this task right now. We can put all of our energy into this task. And that's not going to happen when you're used to like checking your notifications at the same time, when you're used to whatever other stuff people might be doing, like have your phone open and your phone can send you a notification each and every time. Like subconsciously, you need to like put some energy into these things, unless they're like not important at all. But I guess then you just wouldn't have the notifications in the first place. Like your mind just needs to get used to like just doing one thing, because then your mind knows when I'm doing this thing, I'm doing just this thing. Like it's not about what you want, because you might just forget stuff, but your subconscious is way more like has way better of like an overview. And when you're just doing one thing, it's like you're just way quicker. Like dopamine is going to get you in flow state a lot more. Like technically all of these get you in flow state, but dopamine is really important for that. So yeah, that's really it. Like if you do all of these things, and it's really that simple. Like there's not like some extra other routine that's super important for this right now. Maybe you find something that might help you get you a bit more rest. Maybe there's a certain way of resting, whatever. Maybe you like reading Lord of the Rings in the evening or something, and that's like super. Like, but besides such things, like this is really it. Like if you have a calm room, the room is silent when you want to sleep, the lighting is dark, you're doing 2.5 hours of rest. Do something boring, like some like reading, staring at the wall, maybe thinking about some stuff. Like not, it's just empty. You don't have any fancy stuff to do. You're not doing something that's more fun than work. You're just getting super bored. You're just doing one thing at a time. So like whenever you're doing something, you're like super in the thing. Your body is rested as well. You have low blue light, so you have good rest, you have good energy levels, and then you're like, let's do this thing. You're like super dialed in because of that. And then you also have high intervals of like, oh no, like now I'm not doing the right thing. I wanted to do this thing actually. Like all of that stuff. If you have all of this, like you're going to be so much more productive. And it's going to affect everything positively in your business. Like it's going to get you more calls because you're going to be better at like handling objections in the DMs or like via email or something. You're going to produce better content if the content is like your actual videos or like your VSL. And yeah, this content is maybe not like super good because obviously it's not edited or some fancy stuff. It's literally just me talking to the camera with like a Miro board. But like every single skill that you have is just going to be amplified. Like you're going to be better at learning. You're going to not burn out basically, unless you've got like some really heavy stuff. But then again, just increase this amount of time here. Like maybe 2 hours is also enough for you. Like maybe 2 hours also works just as fine. You know, you can play a bit with that. But the other things, like if you just do these things, like it's not hard. Like you can do all of these right now. You can get started for free. Obviously with sleep, there are like a few tools that you can buy to make it better. Like you can buy like a weighted blanket, or you can like buy like some like 8 sleep mattress if you know that, where basically you like your mattress is like cooling you down in the evening and all of that. Like you can buy some fancy stuff, but really if you've got this stuff here for free, then you're going to destroy everybody that doesn't. Like you're not going to make all of these stupid mistakes, you know. Like maybe you've got like an addiction, like maybe you used to be addicted to like smoking or something. If like your dopamine is like work is super fun, let's just do work all of the time. If you've like meditated and each time you get like the urge to smoke, like you realize, oh, like this is an urge, obviously we don't want to, and you're like super rested, like the likelihood of you like starting to smoke again, just as one example, is going to be way lower. Obviously still like bad stuff can still happen to you, but like just, and the best part about this is you don't forget this. Like it's just SMD. You can also just whatever, like DSM, SDM, MDS, whatever. For me, SMD is easy to memorize or to remember. If you're like wondering, am I doing everything correctly? Am I being distracted or something? Just SMD. Super simple. And then you just know, okay, like I'm doing the right stuff. Super cool. So yeah, if you got any questions about this, or you want to have like some fancy like business agency topic again for the next video, then obviously let me know. Other than that, see you in the next one. Do this stuff, start taking these actions, put them somewhere where you don't forget them, implement them, because like just try like all of this combined for like 3 weeks, like you're going to destroy it, and like it's going to be an insane experience, right? See you in the next one. Bye.